Start ignoring women you want, and 3 things will happen to you. Do you know that you can only identify that she's not attractive if you ignore her? Do you know that every time you meet with a lady you perceive as attractive, you are often motivated by a good feeling hormone, and you end up even trying to please her, feel comfortable around you? It's not that you really want her, it's just her presence releases the dopamine hormone that will cause you feel good. Her presence also triggers the left ventral tegmental area of the brain. Not that she is really attractive, but this area of the brain has been triggered by her. And the only way to identify that she's not actually that attractive, realize her weaknesses, if she is narcissistic, if she is violent, if she's not loving nor caring, if she's not empathetic, is you ignore. You are not ignoring because you do not care. You are ignoring because you are identifying that feeling as a trigger that has been caused by her in your brain, and not that it is a reality. Women are not that much attractive, and you do not really want to date them. Your rejection is overpowered by the feeling good hormone. You don't want to do it, but you will eventually do it. The only way not to do it is labeling it as just a trigger. She takes the same shit you do. She eats the same way you eat. She's not special, she's not different. You only identify her as special and different because of that trigger. Most of the time, we define women, frame women under the influence of how they trigger us. She triggered you as that much attractive, and now you are identifying her as that much special. It's the work of a woman to identify which guy is leaning into wanting her, because she knows I have triggered him, and before everything escalates, let me take advantage of this moment when he is still in love and he's still triggered by my presence. Having a selective attention. You choose what you pay attention to depending on how you have identified and valued her. Like, you can only make a move on Mary and pay attention to Mary if you chose to identify her as attractive. She can still cause trigger in your brain, but you can decide not to identify her as attractive so that you can make a move on her. This is how women identify men. If you do not ignore her and you are too nice, too friendly, psychologically, she believes you are only friendly, you are only nice because there is something you need from her. You are acting too nice so that she can give you what you want from her, and know that that is your character. But being too nice, being too friendly, and giving her what she wants confirms to her that you are obsessed with her attractiveness. So you have to end up sleeping with her because maybe that is what she demanded from you. And she can be convinced that you are obsessed with her and you are paying attention to her, and she will never date you. But if you are just too nice and then you do not give her her demands and what she expects from you, then she is convinced that there is something that you just want from her. That is why you are too nice in the sex. And maybe she doesn't want the same thing. It's about what she has that will benefit you, which is causing you to be too nice to her. But now, ignoring women allows her to never categorize you or put you in a frame that you do not belong, and you can get to understand her. Most men think that if I sleep with a lady, then I am in control of her. But every time you comply and sleep with her, she's convinced that she has the power and she is in control of you because she holds the sex. But she just needs to give you an illusion that she will end up giving you this thing so that you can act upon to her demand. Every time you have a welcoming body language, You are too friendly. You are too nice. She frames you as the guy who is just the same as other men. Is this way? I think he is just the same. No. Being friendly and nice, that is the language of women when they are gauging men. I have to gauge Isaac. And now you think that you need to reciprocate the friendship. Be yourself. Know that you do not care, but that makes you you. Act friendly, be good, because that is how you feel, and you do not expect anything from her. Stay out of her conflict. Women who suffer from confidence, they cause conflicts, and they will make it your fault and cause you feel the guilt, allows her to feel good, and then you will act upon the emotion of I feel guilty and I feel bad. She's convinced that she has the power over you. Women who suffer from confidence is not about there is a problem, let's fix it, let's solve it. When in reality she's weak, she lacks confidence, and she needs that power. But she can only get that if she starts a conflict for you to overreact, and it can become your fault. You can feel guilty and you can act upon the feeling of guilt, and she can feel good. Stay out of her conflict. She is dealing with confidence issues. She behaves this way. Let me adjust my behavior so that I can take the blame when it was her fault. That is why most women consistently start chaos and drama. The intention is to make myself feel confident again, and I can have a false illusion that I am attractive and I have the power over Isaac. Women will say, I will really get mad if Isaac checks out on a lady, right? But a confident lady, she wouldn't care that much. She feels bad, not because you are checking out other women, but it's because she's not confident in her body. So how I perceive myself, value myself, depends on your judgment. Johnny hasn't talked to me for the past 1 day. And look what I just found out. She doesn't want to know the reason to why, so that you can give her a genuine explanation. Because the reality is, she's not confident in her body, and she has a false belief that maybe you are cheating on her. If he's not talking to me, then he's talking to another lady. I am not good enough for him. I want men to appreciate the beauty of solitude. I have a lot of you guys who come here trying to understand why they can't get their partners. You can only be wholesome if you are lonely. Then you find yourself. When you get a woman because you are lonely, then she makes you a whore.